The last MERS patient in Korea has been ruled negative at last. The government will officially declare an end to the outbreak on October 29th. Consumers flocked to 26,000 stores nationwide to take part in Korea's Black Friday sales event, raising hopes for an economic revival. And the Busan International Film Festival has come of age, turning 20 years old this year. Follow us for a look at the dazzling opening ceremony. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Friday, October 2nd. I'm Luke Clary. The last patient to have tested positive for the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome virus has been ruled negative at last. As the country's last remaining MERS patient has been cured of the disease, Korea plans to officially declare an end to the MERS outbreak on October 29th.
Out of 186 MERS-confirmed patients in Korea, the last person to receive the final negative test result was a 35-year-old male. Genetic tests were conducted twice, on September 30th and October 1st, and no MERS viruses were detected. This patient in his 30s became infected when he was staying at Samsung Medical Center's emergency room at the end of May. He is cured of the disease after 116 days since he was confirmed of having MERS on June 7th. He is recorded as the patient who had MERS for the longest time in Korea and the world. Doctors explained that it took a long time for him to recover completely because his immune system had been compromised due to his chronic health problems. As the last remaining MERS patient has been cured completely, the Korean government plans to officially declare an end to the MERS outbreak on October 29th. The World Health Organization stipulated that an outbreak's end can be declared 28 days after the last MERS negative result is confirmed. Korea has finally beaten the disease 163 days after patient 0 was diagnosed on May 20th. No new MERS case has been reported for 89 days now.
Korea's Black Friday, the largest discount event in the nation, began on Thursday with some 26,000 stores participating. Consumers flocked to stores to get the best deals. Some offered at up to 70% off the regular price, raising hopes for a revival of consumption amid the economic recession.
As the doors opened, scores of consumers who had been waiting outside rush in. The department store becomes packed with shoppers in no time. It doesn't take long for stocks of popular items to sell out.
열심히 찾아가지고 몇 개 살려고 그래요.
근데 좀 마음에 살 만한 물건은 좀 보이세요? 어떠세요?
예, 저기 여기서 하나 고르고 싶어요.
More than 700 consumers flocked to this department store even before its opening hours, upon hearing that it would offer discounts of up to 70%. On the first day of the Black Friday event, the department store sales recorded a 20% surge compared to the first days of regular discount events. Some 26,000 supermarket chains, traditional markets, convenience stores, and online shops are participating in the Korean version of Black Friday. Movie theaters, amusement parks, and franchise stores are also offering large discounts to alleviate consumers' financial burdens. The Korea Black Friday event was launched for the first time in hopes of reviving consumption, which suffered a blow due to the MERS outbreak. The largest ever discount event will last for 2 weeks with the aim of encouraging consumers to open their wallets.
At a ceremony marking the nation's 76th Armed Forces Day on Thursday, President Park Geun-hye urged North Korea to immediately halt its nuclear development and come to the dialogue table. She also emphasized that she will support the military's core strategic capacities by increasing next year's defense budget.
President Park Geun-hye stressed that if North Korea insists on developing its nuclear arsenal, its isolation from the global community will only worsen and its path to economic growth will remain closed.
북한은 우리 민족의 운명을 위태롭게 만들고 세계 평화의 걸림돌이 되고 있는 핵 개발과 장거리 탄도미사일 개발을 즉시 중단해야 합니다.
However, she said that if the North seeks to engage in dialogue, the South will enthusiastically help with economic reconstruction, and repeatedly urged Pyongyang to give up its nuclear development and accept the offer of cooperation. President Park also stressed that South Korea's best weapons are the troops' staunch patriotic spirit and people's unified resolve for national security. She asked for a strengthened integrated defensive posture in order to respond to security threats such as cyber terrorism and massive infectious disease outbreaks. President Park further encouraged the nation's armed forces, saying the well-being of the South Korean people was assured because its soldiers are armed with true spirit and patriotism.
Police have apprehended a man in his 20s who stole a van and took off with it for about 40 minutes. The perpetrator had no driver's license, but he said he learned to drive playing video games and was looking for speed.
A police car chases a white van speeding down the motorway in the early morning hours. When the officers order the driver to pull over, he accelerates even more. He continues speeding, ignoring traffic lights and crossing lanes, and eventually enters a highway. A highway patrol car attempts to assist by making the driver pull over, but when they try to detain him, he begins to drive into oncoming traffic to escape. Only after the perpetrator was surrounded by 4 police cars did he finally come to a stop. The 21-year-old driver, surnamed Park, has 20 counts on his criminal record and a mental disability. He learned to drive by playing video games, but didn't have a driver's license. Luckily, no one was hurt during the 40-minute chase, which spanned 17 kilometers.
피의자라고 하더라도 안전한 검거가 우선이기 때문에 저희가 좀 위험을 무릅쓰고 좀 추적하게 됐습니다.
Police have arrested the driver on charges of larceny.
World-leading Korean smartphone manufacturers have rolled out new products. LG Electronics unveiled its premium smartphone model with an emphasis on performance, while Samsung Electronics introduced its first round-face smartwatch, focusing on utility.
This is the V10, LG Electronics' ambitious new smartphone developed to take on the Apple iPhone and the Samsung Galaxy. LG has upgraded the phone's video recording feature with a professional photographer mode that allows a user to adjust the focus and shutter speed. 2 cameras are built into the front of the device so that up to 8 people can be captured in a single frame without using a selfie stick. The V10 also features the world's first second screen, which is an auxiliary screen that shows time or text messages without the need to turn on the main display. Competition in the smartwatch arena is also intensifying. This smartwatch allows a user to answer a call or send a text even without a smartphone nearby. It's capable of making simple payments, and the user can choose different functions by turning the wheel around the watch face. LG Electronics also joined the race with its own smartwatch featuring an LTE-grade communication capability. The smartphone contest is heating up as the world watches whether the Korean electronics manufacturers' new releases, emphasizing performance and utility, can stop Apple's dominance.
The number of seniors living alone in Korea is on the rise, with 1 in every 5 elderly people living without the companionship of any of their family members. Recently, IT services that help to look after seniors living alone and those suffering from Alzheimer's have been developed.
This elderly woman lives alone, but her wristband sends out a signal whenever she's not feeling well. An emergency bell rings in the situation room of her local ward office. Officials on duty request the managers of the woman's apartment building to check on her.
관리실이시죠? 쉼터 1번에 응급 상황이 발생한 것 같은데 한번 가셔서 확인해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
The Eunpyeong District Office introduced this safety band service to help senior residents.
내가 다치거나 아프거나 하면은 이거를 누르면 집에 간다고 내가 그냥 안심이 된다는 거죠. 아무도 없으니까.
The whereabouts of elderly residents can be accurately traced using wireless communication technologies. When they travel too far from their homes, the alarm goes off right away. Officials can also make calls to the elderly using this device.
어려운 상황이 발생했다, 위급 상황이다. 그러면 우리가 즉각 현장에 출동을 해서 어르신의 소중한 생명을 지킬 수가 있다. 그 점이 제일 장점이라고 할 수 있겠습니다.
In aging societies like Korea, IT services are evolving quickly to help senior citizens spend the remainder of their lives in a safe and healthy way.
The Busan International Film Festival, or BIF, launched in 1996 and has come of age, turning 20 years old this year. Follow us to the dazzling opening ceremony.
Film stars strut the red carpet as the Busan International Film Festival kicks off. The opening ceremony, hosted by Korean actors Hong Kang-ho and Afghan actress Marina Golbahari, was attended by 4,000 people, including some 300 film industry figures from home and abroad. For the first time this year, for the festival's 20th anniversary, a royal procession featuring the traditional Korean music, gugak, marked the opening of the film gala.
부산 국제영화제 개막을 선언합니다.
The festival this year showcases over 300 films from 75 countries, including 27 world premieres. The films will be screened at 6 theaters in the downtown Nampodong and Haeundae areas in the southern port city of Busan.
독립 영화 같은 거 많이 하니까 그런 거 골라서 보고 그다음에 백사장에서 이렇게 영화인들 만날 수 있는 기회 많으니까 그런 거 참석하려고 시간 내려고 합니다.
Silver screen stars and famed directors from home and abroad are also in Busan to meet with audiences. The list includes French actress Sophie Marceau, Chinese actress Tang Wei, and Korean actor Yoo Ah-in. Numerous other events will take place on the sidelines during the festival period, such as the Asian Film Market, the largest film market event in Asia, which marks its 10th year. This year, they'll hold castings to recruit new Asian actors and actresses.
The Korean film The Throne is a continuing success at the box office. It's drawn over 5 million moviegoers in just 16 days. This and more in our Culture News Roundup.
Korean period film The Throne, directed by Lee Jun-ik, has attracted over 5 million moviegoers in 16 days. The film portrays the tragic family history surrounding King Yeongjo and his son, Crown Prince Sado. The Throne has maintained a steadfast box office lead since its release. The film has also become lead actor Song Kang-ho's 10th film to be watched by over 5 million viewers. The veteran actor played King Yeongjo in the latest film. All 4 members of girl group Brown Eyed Girls now belong to the same management agency. A-Pop Entertainment, the management agency of Kain, one of the 4 members, announced that it also signed exclusive contracts with the other 3, Sea, Miryo, and Narsha. Brown Eyed Girls will release a new album this month. All That Music, a music show aired by KBS Chuncheon with the aim of promoting indie musicians, will hold an open broadcast in Seoul on October 20th to mark its 200th episode. Singer Kim Soo-chul and punk band Crying Nut will perform at the open broadcast. Other musicians in the lineup include 10 cm, The Barbarettes, and Daybreak.
The number of people in Korea riding bicycles as a hobby or as part of their regular commute has surpassed 12 million. This means that 1 in every 5 Koreans rides a bike. Here are some helpful biking tips. You can see a lot of people on bikes over the weekend thanks to the well-established biking paths all over the country. Cycling is known as a popular aerobic exercise. We tested its effectiveness by measuring the body heat it produces. Here's how body heat changed after our test subject rode a bike for 10 minutes. As you can see, the test subject's chest and hands are shown in red.
심폐지구력, 또 혈액순환을 좋게 할 뿐만 아니라 다이어트에도 아주 효과적인 운동이 되겠습니다. 걷기에 비해서는 칼로리 소모량이 약 1.5배 정도 높기 때문에 훨씬 더 유산소성 효과가 높다고 하겠습니다.
To maximize the effectiveness of cycling, it's important to choose the right bike for your physique and maintain proper riding posture. Female bikers should pick bicycles with wide seats because women have wider hips.
안장 높이는 골반 위치에서 이제 윗부분에 3분의 2 지점을 맞춰주시는 게 좋으신데요.
Your knees should remain slightly bent when the pedals reach the bottom. If the seat is too low, your knee joints may be injured. If the seat is too high, it may cause spinal deformities. The ball of your foot should rest on the central axis of the pedal. Wearing safety gear is essential when cycling. Your helmet should be about 2 centimeters above your eyebrows, while the string should not be too tight. Wearing cycling goggles will protect your eyes from strong winds and foreign substances that may get into the eyes. When it comes to cycling gloves, long ones are better as they can protect your fingers. Before getting on the bike, don't forget to perform stretching exercises for at least 5 minutes to prevent injuries. By following these tips, you can stay fit and have fun cycling on weekends with your loved ones. Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.